What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the For Nerd's Sake podcast. I'm your host, Bright, along with my man's Maul.
How you doing?
And it's been a minute. I think we're all caught up. We were releasing podcasts when we already had like at least another one done before the one that got published for all of our platforms. And remember, we do stream our podcast, or we do post our podcast on all platforms: Apple, Spotify, what else? Anchor, you name it. Our podcast is on all podcasting platforms and including YouTube. And be on the lookout. We will be making some videos in future. I'd give it about a few months. Still got to wait on getting all the parts from my PC. PC that's still not in the mail yet, but just trust the process. Other than that, we do have a pretty lengthy list today for content. So I'm glad we kind of took a break from posting because episode 7 was bare.
Well, actually, we didn't take a break from posting. From the last episode we posted, we just didn't have one backlog that we could work on. So this one's just going to go out. It's going to go out on Tuesday like normal, but we're not going to have the backlog. We're just going to record them, edit that one, post it, so then our topics are more relevant.
Yeah, so we're going to be more relevant now. We don't have one sitting in the back for just to post while we keep going. So now we'll be more up to date, but it was a good break, so I'm not gonna complain. But now we got to get into the new Pokemon trailer that came out about last week.
It was yesterday. It was Friday yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, it came out yesterday at 9 a.m.
Okay. So I'm behind. So go on. What was your reaction to that?
We didn't really see anything new. A lot of it was just basically re-showing a lot of stuff we've already seen. Like they had a whole big scene that was just them showing off the grass gym again, where it's like, oh, you gotta do trials again, where they're holding the Sunflora. They showed off the grass gym leader again. We got to see a few returning Pokemon. We know Cantonian Wooper is also going to be in the game, along with the what's this region called again? The Paldea regional version of Wooper, along with the Cantonian version, or the Johtorian version. Sorry. TMs will be single use again. But let me finish. So you remember how they showed like little like gas station type scene for where the Pokemon Center and the Poke Center is? Okay, so you know how there was always that one green section nobody really knew what it was? People were guessing maybe like the trade system or something like that. It's actually the TM shop. So you actually like say you want Ice Beam or whatever. Use it, you don't have it anymore. You go to the TM shop, you can buy the TM for Ice Beam. So it's easy access to get TMs. Yeah, also with the TM thing, they also introduced like a new like auto battle system, which if you remember within Legends Arceus, how they had where you throw your Pokemon out and it hit the tree or the rock, whatever. So it's it's kind of like the same thing, but say you're just walking through like the desert and you see a bunch of like Diglets or whatever. You can set your Pokemon to be like walk beside you, and you can have your character point at a wild Pokemon, and your Pokemon will just battle. It won't go into the battle animation over. It will just auto battle it while you're still walking around, and your Pokemon it'll show you Pokemon taking damage, collecting stats, and all that. And you can just walk around and just having your Pokemon auto battle, so you don't have to go into the match, click battle, click your move, and all that. The only reason you have to really go into that is just to if you want to catch it.
I mean, we'll get on Diglett in a minute. I'm glad you brought it up, but I'm not happy about single-use TMs. For those who don't know, back in the days of old Pokemon, TMs, or technical moves, were moves you can teach your Pokemon without them having to learn it, or some moves that they don't learn through level up. So if they were able to learn a move, let's just say we want to teach a Pokemon Thunderbolt, and they don't know it naturally, you give them a TM, and they just learn the move. And they used to be single use, and some TMs you could not find ever again. And that's why I got so upset when you told me that they're now single use again.
Yeah, but you can rebuy them in a shop.
I don't give a fuck. I shouldn't even have to. Hell no. I should never have to buy that shit. That shit's so stupid. Anyways, around Generation 5 of Pokemon, they completely got rid of it, and TMs were infinite. And you could use them as many times as you please, as long as you were able to find those TMs or buy them as well. And then when we got to the Generation 4 remake, they brought it back for some stupid ass reason. Some people tried to rationalize it as being more strategic with which Pokemon learns moves. I don't understand how you could be more strategic on teaching a Pokemon a move that they're already capable of learning, not by level up, but by the fact that you can buy this TM or find it, because some TMs cannot be bought. So unless every single move that will be in this game that is a TM is able to be bought again and found in the wild and be bought at a store in later parts of the game, I think this is another huge step back, and it's obviously going to make me so freaking mad. So, there goes my hopes of being a competitive battler. Honestly, I really don't care. So,
well, I mean, with the Pokemon Championship that just happened, they did a survey. I think it was like 90% of the Pokemon teams that happened with the Sword and Shield tournaments they just had. I think it was 90% of the teams were technically fake mon that they got just from websites, and the main thing was not everybody has the time to build a competitive team legit, so it's a legit Pokemon, legit stats and all that, but it just came from one of those websites where you just type it in and it just trades it to you. So if you really want to be competitive, you really just could make one of those teams.
I did not know that existed. Thank you, because I'm gonna save so much freaking time.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been working on making the time for people to make and create Pokemon a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
I still hear rumors about the egg breeding thing, how egg breeding is going to be much easier for breeding Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's time consuming, so I can't wait to see what they do with that. Other than that, I still think this is a huge step back, and it's just so sad. Unless, I don't know.
They also they showed us the new food mechanic. So you remember in Sword and Shield we had like the whole curry thing?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this one it's going to be subs, like sandwiches. And they actually showed like you actually have to like place a piece of bread down, and then you have to like actually use the touch screen and click and drag your ingredients onto the sub. And then if you don't place them right on there, the sub can like fall apart and stuff. And then depending on what kind of sub you make, it gives different like properties. Like if you make one type of sub, it'll make it so it's easier to battle and catch water types or something like that. I saw. Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I never used the whole curry mechanic when we played Sword and Shield. I thought it was dumb.
Yeah, maybe because we're not children, but the whole bonding thing with Pokemon just seems to be not really necessarily fun. I mean, it's kind of hard. You're trying to make people connect with Pokemon through camps and food. And I connected with my Pokemon. One, they had to be cool, my favorite, strong, and I just played with them through the story. That's what makes me have a connection to them.
Oh yeah,
because they're like reliable.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
In all the past Pokemon games, did you ever nickname your Pokemon?
Nickname a lot of my Pokemon, not all the time.
I never once nicknamed my Pokemon unless I was playing a Nuzlocke. Because like back to what you said was like, oh, if they looked cool, I made a stronger connection with them. I never thought I could make a nickname cool enough. Because I'd be like, oh, he's my Typhlosion, but like I want to nickname him, but I can't think of anything cool. And if I give him a nickname I think is cool, and then later I'll be like, oh no, this is a dumb name, I'm gonna end up hating it. So I just never nicknamed him, just not to risk it.
Oh no, I just nicknamed him because sometimes I just thought it was cool. I think it was because watching the anime, how everybody just had most of the time they didn't ever name their Pokemon. I'm like, you just gonna like imagine if we tamed animals to fight. I'm like, go lion bite, lion scratch. Like, no, like in real life, we name our pets. So I would name my Pokemon unless I couldn't think of a name. They were just on the team for whatever reason.
I mean, that's fair, but I don't know. Like I said, I could just never. I was too scared to give my Pokemon a nickname and just end up hating the name later. And the older games you couldn't change. I think there was one or maybe two games where you could change the nicknames, but they never kept that.
Yeah, later on. I think Gen 7 started it where you could change your names.
Yeah, I want to say it was X and Y, and I know Legends Arceus also had it, but I think those were the only two. So it was not in Sword and Shield race. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that mechanic was not in Sword and Shield.
Yeah. Speaking of changes, we got a new regional fake. Not regional form, but a regional fake. We got Wiglets.
It's actually a convergent species.
And that's what they call it, convergence?
Yeah, so they look very similar because they had very similar what's the word I'm looking for? Areas to they had very similar evolutional steps. Like Diglett was more in caves and all that, while Wiglet was more in like beaches and all that, and just because they look the same, they gave them similar names. So a lot of people are theorizing that the reason it's called a Wiglet is because they saw, oh, this is a water Diglett, let's just call it Wiglet. But it's technically they're nothing linking them together besides look. Yeah.
Yeah. Great marketing, Wiglet, water Diglett.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't have to go with it. I actually think that's cool. I think some people were a little upset with how. I mean, I was upset with the design. It's literally just a freaking sperm cell out of the ground.
Oh yeah.
Maybe like the actual animal that it's based off of, yes, but out of the concept art we literally got for Diglets or Wiglet, this could have been better. So
Oh,
this
and
is
it has
another
an evolution, so the evolution could save it.
so this is just another L with design.
Probably just gonna be called Wig Trio.
Wig Trio. Yeah. I think it should be competitively good. I mean, Diglet's not great, but Diglett is incredibly fast, surprisingly, and can somehow scratch you with no claws or hands. But yeah, Wiglet. You know, we could have had way better designs. Honestly, I saw somebody make one where it was like a Diglett, but it was white and orange striped with a fin on its back, and it looked just like Diglett, but that was the kind of the point because Wiglet's supposed to look like Diglett in a way. But it looks way better than that. So.
Yeah, the designs in this generation I'm not too happy with. Like the starters look fine in my opinion, but all the ones that we've seen so far, I'm just not the biggest fan of. Oh, yeah. They also released the well, not really released, but they showed us the evolution to Giraffarig.
Oh, for Raffarig, isn't that?
Yeah, for Rafgarif or something like that.
Yeah, I already seen the look for it, so it was.
I don't like it.
I already seen it. You got like the hoodie and everything, so.
Yeah, it's just basically its tail took over its entire body, basically.
I was gonna change type, but I believe isn't it still just normal psychic, right?
Probably. Might be a dark type now. I mean, I would assume from the design it'd be dark type now. So maybe psychic dark.
I think it's a cute looking thing because it's like a giraffe in a hoodie, in my opinion. So like,
yeah, I don't like it. I don't know what it is about the design. Like, I just don't like it.
Hopefully, it's competitively good, really good.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a Gen 2. You know, Gen 2 has a bunch of trash Pokemon.
Well, they have a few good ones.
Okay,
one legendary one that should be.
Totodile and Cyndaquil are in the generation. Doesn't make them all good. Okay, you got
Totodile and Cyndaquil are amazing on their own, so you could throw away the rest of all the Gen 2 Pokemon, just keep those, and I'll be fine with that.
You got Skarmory, Tyranitar, which people often forget that's in that generation, and Kingdra.
Okay, so yeah, keep those three along with Totodile and Cyndaquil. Okay, those four with Totodile and Cyndaquil, you could throw away the rest, and I'd be perfectly happy.
Yeah. Wasn't there like a rumor about Donphan getting a new evolution or?
Yeah, it was a rumor of it, and they did show Donphan in the game, but it was just the normal one.
I'm hoping to see a regional variant of Donphan because I actually really like Donphan. I think that's a top tier Pokemon design. A giant, not a giant, but a small elephant that can just roll around like a wheel.
I think it'd be cool if they made him into a rock type or a ground type. They made it more like the stone wheel that was like the first wheel ever made. I think that'd be a cool design.
That or just turn him into a Beyblade. I would love that.
That's true.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, I saw when I was watching the live stream, or like not really live stream, but like the release of the video, they had like the live chat going on the side. A lot of people were really hoping for not really the final evolutions of the starters, but maybe like the middle evolution, just so we have something on the starters because they haven't given us anything on them yet.
Yeah, they haven't, but it's coming out. I would say late October. Do they have plans for another one, or are they going to do it for the official game?
I have no idea. I know the game comes out November 7th or maybe the 17th, but
it's the 18th.
Is it the 18th? It's on a Friday. I know that, but other than that, we don't have any news. They announced their previews or whatever you want to call them like a day before. Like literally, I had no idea about this new trailer until I was at work the night before. And I literally said 23. Their story said, "Oh, 23 hours ago, Pokemon. Stay tuned for our live presentation tomorrow at 9 a.m. EST." And I was like, "Oh wow! If I checked this an hour later, I would have had no idea."
Yeah, so I would say they're probably not going to release another trailer till November, and that's going to be the final trailer, and that's going to probably show off the evolution.
Maybe late October, maybe around Halloween we might get one. No, because they always do like the Pikachu and costumes and all that. Especially for Pokemon, so it'll sell a lot. So I'm thinking around that time they might release a little trailer. Not a major one, but another one of those like little 2-minute ones.
I think they're done for this month because now we just need to know where our starters are going to look like. We already got our regional variants for the ones they want to show off. We've gotten our new.
I'm still surprised that the final evolutions for the starters have not leaked.
Yeah, it's next month.
Legends Arceus, the final evolutions for Typhlosion, Decidueye, and Samurott, we got those maybe like 2 months in advance for the leakers.
They're probably even to put them in the game. They probably just have them on paper, just sitting in a desk.
No, if the game's less than a month away now at this point, everything's got to be done on it. It's now just marketing.
So nobody can put it out there because they've been getting leaked left and right. So they probably just got it like locked up in the safe, and they have the data for it, but they don't have a picture. It's just that they have the stats and everything, and they're just going to be like, all right, upload it, and they just upload it straight into the game. They probably got it in a separate code or a flash drive.
Yeah, maybe.
At this point, I just have everything on a separate flash drive.
Yeah, that's fair.
Speaking of trailers, the new Mario trailer, and what you think?
I think Jack Black as Bowser is going to carry the movie.
You really just don't like Chris Pratt.
No, I don't mind Chris Pratt, but like his Mario voice was decent. I'll give him that. Toad, that part with Toad in the preview, he was like, "No, don't touch that, you'll die." That I actually it got a chuckle out of me. I won't lie, but that's that whole beginning part with Bowser. It was just really good. I really enjoyed it. I'm really happy I'm kind of mixed on it that they didn't show Donkey Kong in it because I'm scared for Donkey Kong.
Oh, you just love Donkey Kong
so
much.
No. Listen. I like Donkey Kong as a character, but I'm scared about his voice acting in this movie.
I don't think he's even gonna be in the movie.
No, he is in the movie. He's being voiced by Seth Rogen.
What? When was I'm so lost. I didn't know he was gonna. First of all, I didn't expect him to be in the movie. Why would he?
Also, his grandfather Cranky Kong is in the movie also.
Okay. But so I guess it's probably a Mario team up movie then.
Probably. But yeah. Okay. Seth Rogen is doing the voice for Donkey Kong. What I'm scared about is I don't want to hear Donkey Kong do Seth Rogen's dumb laugh where it's just ha 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 banana ha 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 or something dumb like that.
Seth Rogen either?
No, I hate Seth Rogen. I can't stand his movies. The only movie I like that he's in is This Is the End, and sometimes I watch The Interview, but I don't like. I can't stand most of his movies.
Okay.
Like I just don't find him funny that he plays the same character in every movie.
I think we'll do a video on that. People in Hollywood that you hate, like.
Oh, dude, that video is gonna be like 2 hours long.
Oh man, I can't wait for that. Do that as a special. I saw the trailer. I love the trailer. I love the way it looks. I was laughing at the penguins. I'm not sure if they're in the Mario lore, are they? Because there's been little blue penguins in the games before. Yeah, I just never made it to that level because I suck at Mario.
Yeah, we also suck at Tetris.
Shut up. Yeah, so
that's why I want to see the Tetris movie. I want that.
I can't wait to see it. I don't have a problem with Chris Pratt. I know a lot of people were saying like it doesn't even sound like Mario, but Mario has a kind of like a whippy, quirky, high-pitched voice. Yeah, I don't think you want to hear that for 2 hours. No, but like the guy who does the voice of the Mario in the video games, he's in the movie. He's in the cast role for the movie. So what I'm assuming there's going to be is like you played Mario Odyssey, right? No, but go ahead.
Okay, well, in the Mario Odyssey games, they had these special areas where you went to a pipe and then you turn a 2D Mario to walk through the walls, right? So I'm hoping that for some reason they have to like become like their 2D versions of themselves, and that's when the original voice actor for Mario comes into like, Yahoo! It's a me! And then that's just it, because he is in the cast crew. But
yeah, well, from what I've seen, I think this is just Mario's first adventure. He doesn't know.
Oh yeah.
He's in, so maybe not. So I'm not sure.
Because he hit the mushrooms and goes, "Where am I?" And then he met Toad and he goes, "Oh, on the way to the Mushroom Kingdom."
Yeah, so I don't have a problem with the voice acting cast. The thing that kills me with voice acting is when voice acting is not good. So you can have somebody who I don't really like their voice, but unless they can properly convey a character's lines, I wouldn't care too much. Like I hear dubs of certain characters that I love in sub, and I'm just like, ugh.
That's why I'm scared about Donkey Kong, because I know Seth Rogen's gonna screw it up.
So he might not talk that much, but you know, for people who don't like Mario's voice, you got to remember Mario's not really a talkative character. So
if they just do what he do, if they just have him do what he does in the video games, because I don't think Donkey Kong has ever actually like had a voice in the video games besides going ooh ooh. So as long as they just have if they just have Seth Rogen doing monkey noises, I'll be happy.
Okay, yeah, just limit his role.
Just have him go ooh ooh the entire movie, and I'll be completely happy.
Yeah. Speaking of limiting, the Yu-Gi-Oh ban list came out, man, and I gotta say, I personally was not necessarily happy with what could have got banned that did not get banned.
Yeah,
So
I
we'll
haven't
touch on.
seen the list yet, so you have to tell me about this.
I'm definitely gonna read it to you. Let me make sure I got the proper list up and loaded because we were waiting for this ban list for a minute. We really were.
Oh yeah.
And like we were just like asking Konami, like, where's the ban list? Konami, where's the ban list? Konami, where's the ban list? Konami, and they did not come out with the freaking ban list. Just taking their sweet time. I think a lot of people had a problem with that because there was no transparency as to what they were trying to do with the ban list. Because we wanted to know what was happening. Like we're getting Mystic Mind left and right. There's like Scythe Lock that people have just been asking to get banned. However, Scythe wasn't really being used. People were speculating that Dark Ruler No More was going to get banned or limited to like 2 because people were breaking each other's boards. We also had Super Polymerization speculated to get limited because the amount of tier elements that would just basically fuse off your field for more monsters on their side. It was just, hectic, man. And I just been waiting for the ban list for a long time, but it's already in effect at the time of this recording. And here it is. Okay, so this is the forbidden list for October and for like the next 3 months, even though we waited about 5 months for them to drop a ban list that they're supposed to drop every 3 months. So for the forbidden section, this was probably the best one. So we had Fairy Tale Snow. Long story short, this card can banish 7 cards from your graveyard, or I believe on the field, but from your graveyard, special summon itself. And then when it does, it basically puts one of your monsters on if you're playing against it, it puts one of your monsters in face down defense position, meaning no, you don't control this card no more for the time being that's face down, blah, no effects, no nothing. And it was not a once per turn. So the amount of cards you can put in your graveyard at turbo speed meant this card was extremely effective. Ronin Totem, this was just used in Sprite, was definitely making the deck incredibly powerful. It's not the biggest hit, but it definitely did hit it pretty hard. Pause. Strong Halki Fibrax. People have been wanting this card to get banned for so long. It was just a toxic card that made combo decks extremely powerful. A Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magical Dragon. I was surprised when this got banned. I know people wanted to get banned, but since Yu-Gi-Oh's coming out with like a Chaos deck that has chaos in the name, and this is one of those cards that has chaos in the name that works with the deck, I was surprised that it actually got banned. So I thought it was going to stay because having its archetype and everything, but it's not going to hurt chaos too bad. And the Red Reboot got banned. So trap decks are going to be pretty happy about that.
Yeah,
and then limited section, I don't really care about most of the limited section. I'm just going to say Blackwing Steam the Cloak because the Blackwing deck is going to get its power boost this month in the new Darkwing Blast set. So, of course, one of its cards has to come off the list. Spellbook of Judgment to 1. Same as Blackwing card, and a Pointer of the Red Lotus went from 3 to 1 because that card was kind of powerful, being able to look at your opponent's hand and then make them send one card from their hand to the grave. Too strong. And then some cards got unlimited, like Dynamite Knight, the Drago Fighter, Cyber Angel, Shooting Riser Dragon, Fusion Destiny, Nadir Servant, Trickstar Light Stage, and Wall of Revealing Light. But those cards aren't too important because only a few people are going to use them. Other than that, out of all the things that could have got banned, I would have said, or limited, I would have said Super Poly to 2. I don't have a problem with Dark Ruler being at 3. Dragon Rulers, that can always come off the list. You know how much I want Dragon Rulers to come off the list.
Yeah.
So I never got a chance to play with them, and I still have my Dragon Ruler card sitting somewhere. What else? Things that could have got banned, Scythe Lock, and Mystic Mind dodged again. So you can have fun with your Mystic Mind burn deck now.
That's true.
Which is actually the deck. That's actually the deck I should have told you to get. Yeah, we're gonna help you build that. So just get your burn deck that you have on Master Duel or whatever, and then get all the toxic cards that you want that are not banned in Master Duel, and then we'll just get you Mystic Mind and you can have fun. So
that's fair.
Yeah, finally you can enjoy your life and make your opponent suffer.
I do that enough of my burn deck.
Yeah, you can finally play your burn deck. You can be so happy with yourself. You can become the king again. So yeah, Millennium's definitely gonna love you. You might get pressure crusted. Oh wow. So yeah, those like a few off the top of my head that I wish are on the list or off the list. Things that were not on my list but I ended up putting on here. Cyberpunk Edge Runners. So Cyberpunk has an anime aside from its game that did not live up to the hype, and they have an anime called Edge Runners, and it looks amazing from what I've seen. I came across it watching like an AMV.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of it yet.
Yeah, I think it's like really cool. So I'm not entirely sure what's goes on. I'm pretty sure it just lives in this universe. It seems pretty mature. I've seen like blood and guts get spilled. I've seen some cannons be fired. Obviously people are like androids from the cyber game. It just looks really cool. I really do like the art style. This is kind of like it reminds me a little bit of Kill la Kill from what I've seen.
Really?
They had like really cool how's the art style in Kill la Kill? Let me look at it real quick. And then I'm gonna look up a picture of Edge Runners.
I do know it was this anime that saved the game.
Oh yeah, tell them about it.
Yeah, so before the anime came out, I think it said it had like at least a less than 50,000 players concurrent every day. And after the anime came out, it skyrocketed up to over, I think, like 1 million players per day since the anime came out. It saved the franchise.
But yeah, and Edge Runners is on Netflix. It's like an 8 out of 10 from what I've seen in the ratings.
Yeah, but everything everything on Netflix is an 8 out of 10. Doesn't mean it's good.
I mean, well, you know what else is on Netflix? Morbius, and I just seen Uncharted end up on there.
Yeah, you know what else is on Netflix? Big Mouth, and that was one of the worst series I've ever seen.
Oh, you didn't like Big Mouth?
No, it is so boring. It tries to be funny and it's not. Literally, that show. If you go on Rotten Tomatoes, every season so far has been given 100% or 10 out of 10, except for I think it was like season 3 that got a 99. The top critics give it 100%. Even like the lower critics give it 100, but not really a single person, besides maybe a handful I've talked to, say they actually enjoy watching the show. Season 1 I enjoyed. The rest of the seasons, after when season 2 started, I was like, nah, this is just dumb.
Yeah, so yeah, you guys enjoy Big Mouths. Pause. But nah, Cyberpunk, it like loosely reminds me of Kill la Kill's art style. I do kind of like that.
Well, not many anime have that kind of art style.
Yeah, it's like it definitely looks like an Adult Swim show that I would see on not Adult Swim show. It definitely looks like a Toonami show that I would see. And I like it. I like this new art style. It's like the lines are thin on the characters. I don't know. I'm not like too great into art, but the lines are thin on the characters, but not too thin. You know, the what's it called? The lighting that they want to. I don't even know how to explain it because it sounds weird. You're gonna say a picture has a lighting on it or an art style has a lighting on it, but the lighting that they put on the characters looks really nice. They kind of like pop out. The colors are great. I do like the colors. The colors feel real. They don't feel like normal anime colors where someone could have like scarlet red hair that just pops out of the screen in kind of like a eyesore of a way. It definitely fits. Like characters that are like with weird hairstyles and bright colors are like more like a matte or pale color.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Vibrant with some of like the neon accents that they give some of these characters.
So the coloration is basically like balanced.
Yeah, it's a great balance of colors, and then animation just looks very expressive. It doesn't seem very still or staticky. It's more very dynamic. So I'm definitely gonna check it out, and I think we'll give a review on it for like a video. But yeah, if this game really helped out the show or the movie, oh my fucking goodness! If this anime helped out the game, goodness, I'm sorry, I'm just marveling over this damn art style. I'm sorry. Then yeah, good for them, because I would, out of all things, I'm never expected a show to really help out a game. So shout outs to Edge Runners. Definitely gonna watch it. So speaking of shows, My Hero Season 6 has aired. Their second episode has just passed at the time of this recording. So I don't know, have you seen it?
I have not, no. I'm not really keeping up with the anime just because I'm very far ahead, but I probably will get around to watching it.
All right, so I'm not gonna spoil it.
Oh, you can spoil it. I'm far ahead. You can say whatever you want.
Oh, I'm not gonna spoil it for the people listening. So.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. So yeah, they did not waste time with this one. They actually just got right into the start of the arc. I can't wait to see what episode 2 is like, because I thought things that I heard about in season 6, one of the things I thought was gonna happen middle of the season. Nah, I think it's probably gonna be in the next episode or third episode, some of the crazy stuff that starts going on. But yeah, they didn't waste time, man. Heroes are ready to do their jobs. Villains are ready to cause havoc. They did not miss a beat starting this one. I know a lot of articles were talking about how it's trading out its more lighthearted story for more of a darker, serious story. And that's really what I want from My Hero. I really do want to see more fights.
Oh, it actually just came out that My Hero is actually being sued.
What happened?
Yeah. So without spoiling it, one of the characters has their abilities, right, where they can like make their abilities stronger by like upping the ante by so what the way they called it in the manga was, oh, he's in first gear, and then if he wants to get stronger, he goes to his second gear, then his third gear, and then his final gear. Now, does that sound familiar to you?
Don't tell me. Give me like 3 years to think about it.
All right, I'll take all the time you need.
Give me some hints. Give me some hints. Give me some.
I have it tattooed on me.
It fucking helps.
I have I have my sleeve, and then I have 3 on my right arm.
It still doesn't help. Like, give me like, what is the concept of of whatever they're copying off of?
Pirates.
Okay. Yeah, because I never watched it, so
You should. But yeah, the main character in One Piece, Luffy, he has what he calls gears. So when he needs to get stronger, he goes to gear 1. When he needs to go even stronger, gear 2. Even stronger, gear 3. And if he wants to get extremely fast, he goes gear 4. So apparently My Hero is being sued because that character is using gears to make himself get stronger and faster.
So we can sue people for using gears now.
Well, no, the ability is using the gears like that, which is a direct ripoff of Luffy in One Piece.
Well, to be honest, if I was the judge, I'd throw the case out immediately. You're fighting over a concept in the show. It's basically like saying, oh, so this show has 7 main characters that with all their own stories, like just like Fairy Tail. So basically, if that's the case, why isn't My Hero getting sued for Tiger and Bunny?
Well, it's kind of different. It's like, yeah, Fairy Tail, right? Say I made an anime about a magic user that learned his magic from a dragon and uses fire magic. That's basically just Natsu. That's kind of similar. That's too similar.
Why is it even a case to be sued? Because My Hero is, first of all, My Hero's like similar to Tiger and Bunny. I don't know if you ever watched Tiger and Bunny.
I've not.
Tiger and Bunny superhero show. And in their world, people are born with superpowers and they're called the next. Now, not the entire society has superpowers, but they're born with these abilities and they're known as next. And they are paid superheroes to be on TV to win points in their own superhero competition to see who's the king of heroes.
Yeah, but I think One Piece has like the whole gear thing trademark or copyrighted.
How do you trademark gears? That's not even cool.
Oh no, it might be copyrighted then. I don't know what the official term is.
Copyright that.
Fucking Disney has Mickey Mouse copyrighted. If I go to make a Mickey Mouse cartoon, I can't do it because Disney has it copyrighted. So obviously, if they copyright using gears to make you stronger, obviously I can't use it.
That's a character's name. This is just a concept that a character can do. Like, my car has gears. First, second, third gear. Like, should Subaru sue One Piece because they want to give a character gears? It's like, it's pretty stupid in my opinion, the fact that it's even possible to be sued for something that's just a concept. Oh, My Hero does take inspiration from many characters.
That's true.
From many anime. They already have a character that's based off the Shield Hero. They have characters that are similar to Naruto characters like Team 6. I believe that's what it is for like hero teams. They literally based All Might off of Superman or the titular, blonde-haired, blue-eyed hero. Deku is obviously Peter Parker, and there's many characters that can swing around that's based off of Spider-Man. They even have in the manga paid homage to many different cultural references. With the first season, when they were fighting those giant robots, they used icons that represent Mario enemies. They even have in their tournament arcs where you see the crowd and there's heroes standing in there that are obviously ripoffs of DC and the Marvel heroes.
That's
obvious ripoffs. You can literally tell. There's you can look it up. You can look in their manga and there's literally a Flash ripoff sitting in the stand. Yet, did Warner Brothers sue them? No, that's an obvious ripoff of a character. But you're trying to sue somebody over a concept of a character getting stronger through gears. Is it even possible to rip off a concept, an idea, a power boost? Because then, like, this shit is stupid, honestly. Honestly, I hope they lose miserably if it even goes that far. because it's just a character, a trait. It's not even that serious. Like Luffy, if anything, Luffy's a ripoff of 50 other different characters.
Such as?
Well, any DC superhero that can stretch extremely long, or a Marvel hero that can stretch.
Yes, but are they pirates?
There are various. I can't say that about pirates.
See, they have similar concepts, yes. But the thing with Luffy and this character is that they are fighting for the better good. Both this character and Luffy does it. They fight for the better of good. They have similar powers. Not really. Luffy stretches and the other one has a kind of a different thing. But if I say it, they'll release who I'm talking about, which I don't want to spoil it. And then it goes, oh, I need to up my power, my speed. Let me go to gear 2. Let me go to gear 3. It's just it's like the whole kind of ripoff, not just the concept by itself.
You know, like 99% of everything that exists is just a ripoff of something else.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Really original. So it's like, bro, what are you really gonna fight over? You got predated by 60 other characters that exist that do the same thing or act the same way. Like Luffy is the freaking loudmouth. I mean, I don't know. I don't watch One Piece. The loudmouth, always hungry, always trying to fight main character. I can name like 2 others: Goku, Naruto, and they're part of the big 3 of anime characters that exist. I'm pretty sure like 90% of the cast that you say that had whole story arcs that have been fleshed out in One Piece are ripoffs of some way, some sort.
No.
Of other characters. What's that freaking deer that exists? That giant ass deer?
Chopper.
Whatever his name is. When I look at him, I automatically think of Happy from Fairy Tail.
One Piece came out first.
I don't care. Well, okay. Why isn't Happy getting sued for being obvious ripoff of
Happy's a flying cat who is a different species that came from an alternate dimension, while Chopper is a deer that ate the human fruit that gave him the ability to speak and he can't fly. The only thing that's similar between them is that they can talk.
Best friends of some character that's part of the main cast.
Chopper's not the best friend. Luffy's best friend is Zoro or Sanji.
I said the main cast, not main characters. So
the only thing that's similar between Chopper and Happy is that they could talk.
Seems pretty. I should sue them for that. You know what? Why don't I just sue them?
Happy could talk because he's from a different race from an alternate dimension. Chopper could talk because he ate the human fruit, which made his intellect massive.
But they're talking animals, so that's all I need to sue them, right?
Oh, so what's the difference between Happy and Mickey Mouse?
It should be enough to sue them, right? They talk, right? Talking animals. I mean, we're talking about gears. First, second, third, and final gear, and that's enough.
Gears that power up this character. And then the gears in One Piece do the same
animals
thing.
That talk. See how simple it is? See how simple that is? No, this is an animal that talks to another animal, or like another animal, and this is somebody's power up similar to another power up. So
we just need to drop this because I'm not going to change my view on it, and you're not going to change your view on it. We should just drop this.
Marvel should be suing Dragon Ball because Hulk gets stronger the angrier he gets. And what does Super Saiyans do? They get stronger the more angrier they get.
Dude, literally Ultra Instinct is all about being calm.
Ultra Instinct didn't exist about 20 years ago, so I should still sue them regardless because it's still a concept in their show. Correct.
And no, they don't get stronger by the angrier they get.
So how did you achieve Super Saiyan?
Vegeta did it by training.
He trained Super Saiyan.
He saw his best friend die in front of his eyes.
What happened?
He got upset.
All right, then. I don't want to hear anything.
Yeah, but it's not the only way to do it. Vegeta did it by training. Trunks did it by training. Gohan got Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2 by training. Goten by training with Chi-Chi.
You said Gohan got stronger doing what?
Training.
Yeah, you thought. He got Super Saiyan 2 after who died?
Android 16, I think it was.
All right, then.
But Super Saiyan 1, training. Vegeta, Super Saiyan 2, training. Vegeta, GT, he got Super Saiyan 4, training. Dragon Ball Super got Super Saiyan Blue by training.
Through training, he got
both
angry.
Trunks and Goten also got stronger through training.
And what is the peak of them getting stronger? Anger, because every Saiyan has gotten angry in order to achieve Super Saiyan or a higher Saiyan form. You can't debate me on this.
Vegeta, literally, Super Saiyan 1, training. Super Saiyan 2, training.
He didn't achieve Super Saiyan 2 from just training.
Yes, he did.
Oh, he did it.
Yes, he did. Because the way he unlocked Super Saiyan 1 is because he got so jealous of Goku by achieving Super Saiyan. He trained day and night in that gravity chamber that Bulma built just to get the Super Saiyan.
Regardless of what you're trying to say, all Saiyans since the beginning, since the first Saiyan turned into a Super Saiyan, have achieved a form of Super Saiyan through anger. Therefore, Marvel's taking Dragon Ball to court. Moving on. Next point. Chainsaw Man. So, you excited for Chainsaw Man?
Very. The manga for it has been amazing, and I'm actually looking forward to watching it. I'm so angry right now. Maybe I'll just go Super Saiyan here in a second.
This should be a, what's it called? Horror anime, right?
Horror comedy-ish, but not really horror, more just gore.
Horror, okay. Because I'm actually, I don't really know.
Did you ever watch the anime Parasite?
No, I've never watched Parasite. You've been telling me about it.
Oh, well, that one, it's not really horror. It's just there's a lot of blood and gore in it. Kind of like the same thing.
Why do people be calling it horror?
Because, ooh, blood, it must be horror.
Very low. I don't know, I guess. Yes, Chainsaw Man premieres and Bleach. Speaking of blood, their 100 Blood War. What is it called? 1,000-year Blood War?
1,000-year Blood War, I think.
Yeah. I might as well just like look up the whole story of Bleach so I can watch this because I actually want to see what goes on because I have no idea what goes on in Bleach. So that's coming out pretty soon. Another show that's got some blood in it. It seems like Velma. HBO Max is releasing their own version of Scooby-Doo titled Velma.
Which Scooby is not yet to be seen yet.
Yeah, some people are a little upset from what I've personally seen about the new Velma series. Because Velma and a few members of the Mystery Gang have been race swapped. I believe Velma, she is dark-skinned, but I believe she will be maybe like Indian because of her, let me actually double check to make sure I have the proper race. What was her name?
Mindy something. It was the lady who played, who's in The Office.
I never watched The Office, so I don't even know.
Her last name starts with a P.
Mindy Kaling. Yes.
Or yeah.
Look up her ethnicity, so I can properly. So she is, Indian American. Yeah, so she is an Indian American woman playing the voice of Velma. So I would assume that Velma would be Indian American of some sort because the rest of the cast they follow their voice actors in race. Shaggy is black. Daphne is Asian, and actually the biggest surprise I was the most surprised about. Fred is actually Caucasian, which I was like, wow, did not think they would make that big of a change for Fred. I think that was like the big one that got people upset. Like, damn, you're making Fred Caucasian? That's insane. Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen that before. Have you? Yeah, have you seen like a Caucasian Fred before? You know, or even this type of Scooby-Doo cast?
Oh, well, Fred's always been Caucasian. Like, I don't think they've ever changed him not to be. Actually, for the whole, have they?
What? Are you serious? What? Oh my! Wow. Yeah, some people were a little upset about the race swapping, and I'm just like, look, bro, it's Scooby-Doo. It's Scooby-Doo. First and foremost, their race plays no part in the story, not whatsoever. Anyway, and it's literally just a series that primarily focuses on Velma. So this is not like What's New Scooby-Doo, and What's New Scooby-Doo still exists. Like, Scooby-Doo gets remade like every 10 years.
More than that, every like 2 years.
Yeah, it basically feels like it. So, like, in each series, it's its own thing. It's not even like it's part of this everlasting connected universe where they're like slightly rebooted and they just have like their relationships are much different every time. They go about things differently. Some are more like just funny slapstick. Some could be more intricate and streamlined story or like consistent story, not as episodic as normal series like Mystery Inc., which honestly I should go back and watch Mystery Inc. because I think Mystery Inc. was actually pretty lit. I think that's the best after What's New Scooby-Doo, because you know What's New Scooby-Doo had all the heat.
I just like the older movies where like the cyber one where they met like their computer selves, Aloha, Scooby-Doo, the ones where it was just Scooby and Shaggy, like the Ghoul School and all that. That's what I liked about Scooby-Doo, those movies.
Yeah, so I am actually I might pick up that HBO Max subscription if they can, you know, put back all the content they kind of removed, or they can just give it to me at a discounted price permanently, not just a limited time discounted price, since they got rid of majority of their content. I would definitely check out this Velma series. I don't care what color any of these characters are because it doesn't play a part in their story. Honestly, I just think they're, you know, aside from what they look like, can they less accurately convey to me that these are still the same characters? That's what is most important. Are these going to be the same or characters, or are they going to be in a way that is more modernized in terms of personality? So I'm not expecting Shaggy to sound like the classic Shaggy of old, but if he can convey to me that this new Shaggy is how we come to know and love Shaggy, I'm fine. Fred looks like he's going to be the same Fred as always, of course. Daphne seems to be the same Daphne with a little bit of a variation to her. And Velma, based off the trailer, looks like she's going to be the exact same Velma. Now, I'm hoping we can get that river dancing turtle Scooby, since we want to swap everything. So, like, what animal would you like Scooby to be changed to? Comment below.
I don't even know. What animal would I want Scooby to be? Maybe like a cat.
Scooby the cat. Scooby Doo.
I don't know. Not even call him Scooby. Call him like Patches or something.
I think a rabbit would be cool. Cute little rabbit.
I mean, that'd be alright.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the Velma series coming out. I'm actually surprised she's actually getting her own series though.
Yeah, I would not have expected Velma to be the one to get her series.
Yeah, I get all out of all of them. Yeah. But true, like Hanna-Barbera, man, just bringing back the classics yet again. I mean, weren't we just talking about a Dexter's Laboratory?
Yeah, like we were saying how we want to see a reboot of Dexter's Laboratory where maybe he's a little bit older and all that. He's making more complicated machinery, stuff like that.
Yeah, I would actually really like to see that. Like, because they already ruined like the Powerpuff Girls, trying to bring that back.
Oh yeah, that was a bombshell.
They didn't do good with Thundercats, trying to make it slapstick, which I don't know why you would try that. Like, out of all the stuff that Hanna-Barbera has made, you could have made a Yogi Bear be basically the new Teen Titans Go, or like the same style as Teen Titans Go, as a Yogi Bear. I don't think they can do Ed and Eddie because the creator owns the rights to that, I believe. I really would have loved to see a Yogi Bear. There's so much content that they've made over years that they didn't stick. Like, we could have had a Flintstones reboot.
Yeah, would you really want to see a Flintstones reboot?
Honestly, yes, I would have. If you made it like Teen Titans Go, where it's just hilarious and just funny, and it just makes fun of, like, think about it. Here's my pitch. I'll go into detail about it in the future. But think of a Flintstones in like the modern era, not in like actual time wise or what it looks like as a setting, but it's just normal Flintstones. It's their version of experiencing what we experience in today's life. So just changes to like people's like identity, politics, the way people go about like shit. I can go ahead, race, because you know people have a problem with race swapping characters that have race that doesn't really matter. Think about today's problems just made as a joke, cancel culture, all that stuff in the Flintstones. Think about just how funny that might be.
I don't know.
I see potential in it. Shit, even the Jetsons, you could probably do the Jetsons instead.
Again, I don't know.
You just have to see it. You got to see the vision, man. But yeah, I mean, I heard you were excited that you heard a rumor about Clone High coming back.
Oh my god, don't even get me started. Clone High, I think it came out in like 2004 or something like that, so I would have been like 3 when that came out. But I found out about it a couple years ago, and I watched the entire series maybe a year and a half ago. Well, there's only one season, but it got canceled due to a scene they had in the show where they had Gandhi get into a fight, and he threw a punch, but Gandhi is a pacifist. People didn't like that, which is understandable.
Yeah, so very understandable.
So the show got shit canned. But apparently, HBO asked for the show to get 2 more seasons on not HBO, Paramount Plus, and it was supposed to come out this year, according to all the stuff I read. But I haven't heard anything on it, so maybe we still might hear something in the next couple months, or maybe early 2023. But yeah, they left the show on season 1 on a huge cliffhanger, and they just ended it. And I was pissed. I want to watch that show again. It was awesome.
Yeah. So, I've never watched it, so I probably would. See Clone High come out the Paramount. Yeah, that would be pretty cool to see. Things that ended up staying the same too, or not staying the same, but coming back, and someone who just I think should have stayed away or in jail. The Flash, Ezra Miller Flash has made his return.
Which I don't know how.
I don't know, but let's try to read about it.
Because like, how is he gonna keep acting? He should be in jail.
Yeah, if you guys want to know what he did, you guys can look it up. I don't really want to talk about it.
We've talked about it before. They can just go watch the older episodes.
IGN, IGN says that Ezra Miller has reportedly returned for the Flash reshoots following an apology for the recent behavior. It looks as though it went so well, Miller has already been back on set. So let's see if I can dig a little bit deeper on here. So it says Miller has reportedly returned for the reshoots. It says that Miller and their agent met with Warner Bros. Film head in August and revealed the wrap. My bad, not swap, the wrap. They should have swapped them, honestly. It's claimed that this meeting was very positive about the future of DC's upcoming superhero flicks. I mean, as of right now, their future is still up in the air. The Flash, it looks as though it went so well that Miller has already been back on set. And additionally, it is claimed that the film has been testing positively given Warner Brothers. So, we definitely need this. A compelling reason to smooth things over with Miller and to carry on. Over the past few months, Miller has seen a number of troubling claims made about his conduct, which have even resulted in arrest and police involvement. They have been charged with burglary. I can never say that word.
Burglary.
And broken into somebody's house in Vermont. Yeah, you say
burglary.
It. I'm sorry. I can't. As well as other legal issues in Hawaii, Massachusetts, and North Dakota. Yeah, he was doing a lot of stuff. So I don't really want to talk about it on here. I don't know if we can get demonetized for that, even though we're not monetized. Speaking of monetization, you guys can do us a big favor and freely monetize us or help us get monetized through liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, following, and just pushing out the podcast on all possible platforms. Thank you guys very much for listening to that. But having greatly gone through the time of intense crisis, I believe this is his apology. Now I understand that I am suffering complex mental issues. I really hope that is true and not just an excuse.
Yeah, it's Hollywood. It's 50-50.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go 50-50. I want to apologize to everyone that I have alarmed and upset with my past behavior. I am committed to doing the necessary work to get back to a healthy, safe, and positive stage in my life. Concluding his statement. Yeah, so how do you feel about Ezra Miller getting back on the set of The Flash? Or even getting back?
Let's see. I think it's good for the movie. It's good for the franchise. Do I think he should have been allowed back? No. He bailed, cost them probably millions.
Oh my goodness, he cost him so much money.
Oh, yeah. If I was the director, I would not have wanted him back. And if anything, I would have made him finish the movie without getting paid for the rest of it because of all the money he cost him. What should have come out of his paycheck for it, which probably left him with nothing. And then does not recast him for the second movie or find somebody else for the second movie that looks slightly enough like him to pass for it.
Yeah, I would have definitely put him in jail right after. Yeah, I would have been like, hey, we're going to work this out. Judge said is going to give you a shorter sentence for everything you've done or whatever reason they could charge him for. And as long as you finish this movie and just never come back. It cost them so much because the Flash movie was supposed to come out months ago. And it was supposed to come out before Aquaman 2. And because Ezra decided to go stupid, he got pushed back and getting pushed back. And then now Aquaman 2 has to come before Flash. And then they have to change things from Aquaman 2 that would have been explained in the if you watched Flash first, and it's just been a huge cluster of just a bunch of stuff. But he's coming back as long as we can get the movie, as long as it's being tested positively, as they say they are. I would be happy. So there's that for Flash. But yeah, things that have not been tested so positively. Some here, some there. She-Hulk. We still have not turned on our TVs to watch She-Hulk. They're at episode 8, which introduced Daredevil. So I think this is about the time where we have to actually start watching and we can start giving a review for a future video.
That's true.
So there's that. And then wrap things up here. Let's give a review for Overwatch 2. It rhymes, so you got to do it. So you've been recently playing Overwatch 2.
Yeah, I started playing it yesterday. I played probably 5 or 6 games. I haven't really seen anything different from the first game, besides a lot of the older, like Genji. You could play as Overwatch 1 Genji, that's suit design, or you could play as Overwatch 2 Genji. They had a new hero, but other than that, I haven't seen anything different, and I only played it for 5 or 6 games because I'm absolute dog shit at it, and I kept getting one-tapped by Widowmaker, so I rage quit. But other than that, yeah, didn't really see much of a change. Oh, they made it from, instead of 6v6 to 5v5, but
yeah, that's what I was
it.
ask. I heard about those changes. I think that wasn't there like a game mode that excuse me, wasn't there like a game mode that changed?
I have no idea, if I'm being honest.
Don't
I had it on all game modes and shuffle for me to go into, and it just kept putting me into the same game mode, which was protect the payload. That's all it kept putting me into.
I'm not really a fan of team shooters. I don't like, because like I want to go in and just murk everybody.
Well, it sucks because if you want to play a damage type character, so does everybody else. You can only have 2 of those on the team. You can have 1 tank on the team and 2 healers. So if you queue for a game to play as a damage dealer, you have to wait forever. Or if you wait for a tank, you have to wait forever. But if you choose to play a support character like a healer, you can put into a game instantly because nobody wants to play them.
Yeah, I'm just a fan of having my ability set. I can go in, get my kills, get out. I'm not really a fan of team shooting because they obviously it's supposed to be teamwork, but it's a play style that I'm not a fan of because weapons that for one, you only get the one weapon most of the time. If that ever came with that character, those set abilities. I like something like Destiny where I have a variety of weapons to choose from. I can shuffle up my abilities or shuffle up my characters if I feel like it. And like the skills kind of put more on me than my team. I mean, as long as my team's doing good, we can win a team game. But my individual skill is what's really keeping me up. That's what I prefer. So
that's fair.
But yeah, I really wanted to play Overwatch when it first came out. I never played it like the whole lifespan of Overwatch 1, and then my friend finally like game shared it to me, and I played for a little bit, and I just didn't like getting yelled at, like, where's my tank? I'm like, yeah, I died 3 minutes ago. Like, come on, man. Like, I can't even run. That's the worst part about it. You can't even run.
Yeah, that's what my problem was having yesterday. I was like, damn, I'm so slow getting from spawn back to the fight because you can't run.
I think for a team shooter to be a little bit more interesting is being able to have like your own team's checkpoint spawns. So you spawn at certain parts of the map.
Just don't make me choose healer. Allow us to have a whole team of tanks or a whole team of damage. It shouldn't be forced to be like, oh yeah, everybody wants to play damage dealer, so you know what, if you actually want to play a game today, pick healer. Don't force us to have a healer on our team. Just like allow us to have 4 damage types, and then the other team can have 2 healers if they want it.
Yeah, so
the game annoys me.
So yeah, not a fan of that stuff. But that is gonna be all for today's podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. And again, please like, comment, just share, subscribe, and give us the highest rating on all podcasting platforms. You guys don't always have to listen to us on YouTube. For those who I know who do listen to us on YouTube, we still have Spotify, we still have Anchor, we still have Apple Podcasts, Breaker, all these other podcast platforms you can share us on. And if you guys like parts of our episodes, please share them on your social media or share them around friends that you think would like being on our podcast.
And speaking of social media, drop us a follow on there too. We're ForNerdsSake on Instagram, ForNerdsSake on Twitter. We just made a Discord server that we're still fleshing out, so that's going to be up there soon if you want to join that, where you can give us topic ideas and all that.
Yeah, so we'll be also posting like little tidbits and stuff or articles that we've seen, or just thoughts on all nerd content. And again, thank you guys so much for listening. If you made it this far, comment I got this far in the comments. That's like the thing I came off the top of my head. Just comment I got this far. Actually no, comment I got this far when, and then just name something that you heard anywhere in today's podcast.
Comment potato.
I got this far when Bright was arguing with Maul about copyright. So yeah, do that, guys.
Comment Bright was wrong.
Shut up. Do that, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. And until next time, nerds out.
Peace.